Alright, so let's go ahead and continue on creating more of the accessories for our character. But before we do that, remember I was telling you guys about when I turn on the hair, it looks like some parts of it look like it's missing, but they are actually there. And the reason why it looks like the hair is not showing up is because if you guys recall our low poly version here, when we were retopologizing, we have set our object data. If you guys go to object properties here, and if you guys go to the viewport display, we have set the display to show in the front. That way when we are retopologizing, it's not sinking in onto the low poly mesh. So now we just need to make sure that we turn off in front now. All right, just turn that off. And so now when we have our hair, it's showing. Now it's showing, all right? And remember when we created our elements here, we have created our elements from our low poly mesh. So we need to go to each of the elements that we have and go to the viewport display and turn off in front. All right, so just go to each of these and turn off in front, each of your elements. And also the pants, and there you go. So everything should be fine now. Okay, great. All right. Let's continue on creating the outfit for our character. Let's create the boots here. And it looks like for the boots, for the barbarian boots, we do have fur also. And if you look here at Google, you just type in barbarian boots, a lot of the boots for barbarians, they do have fur in them just to keep them warm, okay? And you see some that has the straps, and I think this is kind of similar to this where we have like straps over it. But right now we're just going to do the basic shape of the boots, and then we are going to also add like the fur area. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Let's do that for now. So we are going to once again make a copy of our original low poly version here. Shift D to make a copy and rename it. I'm gonna call this boots. Okay, now I'm gonna go to the material and remove that material. And for this one, I'm just gonna go Shift H to isolate it. Okay, and let's go to our sculpt mode. Go to the lasso mask and turn on symmetry. All right, so let's go and think about where our boots will end. So it's gonna be right here, and then it's gonna be slightly below the knees. Yeah, something like that. And then Control I to invert that. And let's go to mask, slice, and fill holes. Great. Now we go and remesh this. Start out with 4 would be fine, and just gonna remesh that and smooth it out, and use the inflate brush to just kind of inflate this up a bit. And I'm gonna use the scrape brush, just gonna scrape this and then smooth. And of course we gotta go to object mode and show all of our meshes again. Alt H to show everything except for we don't need the 8 heads to show. So I think for the 8 heads, I'm gonna put them in a brand new collection. So I'm just gonna create a new collection, and the 9 heads is gonna be in that collection, so that I'm gonna just hide it. So that if I unhide everything, that's not gonna show. And also the high poly, I'm just gonna put it for now in the collection too. All right, that way if I press Alt H, this is still gonna be hidden. So that's why I put it in the new collection. All right, and I'm gonna go back to the boots. Where's the boots? There you go. So it's kinda not showing, so we have to go to our sculpt mode and bring that out. Bring down the intensity a bit. Yeah, it's too much. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead and bring out the shape of the boots. And gonna remesh that. Make sure it's showing. Also here. So thinking about, I think it's gonna end up to right here. Okay, so it's gonna be right below the knee. Yeah, that's where it's gonna be. And just gonna smooth it. Okay. And of course we want to smooth it further so we don't see any of the muscular shape of the calves or any toes. We don't want that to show, so smooth it, and then you could always inflate it again. I'm going to smooth this and inflate. Okay. And I also want to just go to object mode again and isolate. Okay, go to sculpt mode and go ahead and scrape this area. Alt H to show everything. Okay, great. Now, of course, we have to wanna go ahead and add a little bit more of the shape for the boots. Yep. Maybe make this a little thicker. Yep. Make that a little thicker around here because he does have really thick boots. And also at the bottom, we really want to get rid of that arch. Thicken that up. Alright, and I'm gonna go ahead and remesh that, and then I'm gonna go use the scrape brush to just quickly add some basic shape here. So like that, and of course this could be flattened out.